Before I answer the questions, I just would like to say that we had a bit comment on definition of our group topic, which is how to save cultural heritage of everyday's life. There's a trouble with that title, because everyday life does not have to be necessarily cultural heritage. So we were discussing the cultural heritage, and the people in my group were of the kind mostly focused on intangible cultural heritage. So that was our main topic, and it was very interesting, let me tell you. And I'll try within our conversation to say we were thinking how to, first, it's a big problem how to define intangible heritage, because it is not yet defined completely and specifically by the bodies, international bodies that should do these things. Primarily I refer to UNESCO. Having that in mind, we found out that the role of the local communities is essential. One of the members of our group mentioned the family. Of course, family is the nucleus of the local community, but the small local communities, villages and towns can do much more for protection of intangible heritage than the big systems. That's my experience, and I'm a museum person, so I believe I can say that with a great deal of competence. Research, collecting, synthesizing, publishing if possible, stimulating the local communities to carry on with the tradition through festivals and programs that they can carry on by themselves through the small sustainable programs. They don't need a big systems nor to use the name museum as the most of people usually do. And of course, one of the essential things we were talking about, and I think that should be something to connect this, to make this Danube story more interesting and to give it an extra quality, is the topic of storytelling. Storytelling is not just guidance as is. Storytelling starts on the relation mother and the child, grandmother and the child, grandfather and the child. Storytelling is essential as a form of intangible heritage and as the mean to transfer the knowledge about heritage. And I think we should have one big book of Danube storytellings and the best storytellers in the past. So that was our essence of our communication, and now I will try to answer the questions as they were given. Okay. The first one is what can we do together? I believe that in terms of our topic, we can do the Danube heritage topography. I think that we lack that. And that we can do it through a network. The basic, simple, cheapest thing to do is a small blog, not site. Site is a big thing. Blog that will connect all the interested parts, all the cities, towns and small villages on the Danube, and everybody will contribute with a small description of what is heritage of his own city, town, what he or she sees as the most important thing. So the small network with an intention to make a Danube heritage topography. Why should we do it together? To define every single cultural heritage topic and unite it in a visible presentation. I like Vienna, I like Vukovar very much, I like Ulm is a fantastic city, but I'm a foreigner here, and me as a person who lives in Belgrade on Danube, I can talk about heritage of Belgrade very competent, but I believe that every person chosen in the network should speak about identity of its own city and its connection with the Danube for the city, or town, or village. Why should we do it together? This does not need an answer. I just gave it. I mean, because together we can do something that otherwise one single person have to spend a lifetime doing it and probably not to do a good job. Teamwork is essential for every good project. How we can realize it? Research, writing, online publishing. What do we need? We need activity plan. That's the thing number one. We need a very small funds and support of the local community. And of course, as I mentioned, we need a site that we shall contribute, why not on a daily basis, and connect it in the best way with the social network, Facebook primarily, because one of the things that we were discussing was how we are going to attract teenage people, because they're the most problematic group. The little children we are going to entertain. The older people, they will be interested, most of them, because this is a fantastic way, to connect, to exchange knowledge, to remember things. This is a space of memory. But how we are going to entertain teenagers? Social networks. Okay, use your Android, use your phone. Give me some good graffiti from the bank of Danube. Give me something that you like about Danube. It doesn't have necessarily to be the river or the water or something that is a tradition. Give me your vision of Danube. So these are the conclusions of our group. We can make the everyday lifestyle a part of the heritage if we live our lives that way that it becomes a cultural value, that becomes a part that is important for our cultural identity.